Welcome to Outside View Scandals. Today we're heading back to ancient Athens, a city celebrated for its democracy, philosophy and culture, and, as it turns out, for its share of scandal. Our focus is on a controversial and fascinating figure, Aspasia of Miletus, a courtesan who not only captured the heart of Athens' most powerful leader Pericles, but also stirred up a storm of gossip, outrage and political intrigue. This is a tale of love, influence, and the sometimes murky intersection of personal relationships and public life in one of history's greatest civilizations. To understand the scandal, we first need to understand the setting. 5th century BCE, Athens was a city at the height of its power, thanks largely to the leadership of Pericles. Known as the first citizen of Athens, Pericles was a brilliant statesman, orator, and general who led Athens during its golden age. Under his leadership, the city flourished, constructing iconic monuments like the Parthenon and fostering a thriving intellectual culture. But while Pericles was admired for his political acumen, his personal life was a different story, one that Athenians couldn't stop gossiping about. Enter Aspasia. Aspasia was originally from Miletus, a city in Ionia, that's modern-day Turkey. She wasn't an Athenian citizen, which already made her something of an outsider. But Aspasia was no ordinary foreigner. She was a hetera, a class of educated courtesans who were known for their wit, charm, and intellectual abilities, qualities that set them apart from most women in Athenian society, who were largely excluded from public life. Aspasia's intelligence and eloquence made her a magnet for Athens' elite, and she quickly established herself as a prominent figure in the city's social and intellectual circles. It was in this context that she met Pericles, and the two began a relationship that would change both their lives and cause no end of controversy. Pericles was already married, though Athenian marriages at the time were often more about family alliances than romance. He divorced his wife, an unusual and somewhat scandalous move in itself, and began living openly with Aspasia. So let's pause for a moment to appreciate the irony. Pericles, the architect of democracy, flouted the norms and the expectations of his own society in his personal life. Aspasia wasn't content to stay in the background. She became Pericles' confidant and, according to some accounts, his unofficial political advisor. It was said that Pericles consulted her on matters of state and even rehearsed his speeches with her. Given the highly patriarchal nature of Athenian society, where women were expected to remain silent and subordinate, Aspasia's influence was both remarkable and, for many Athenians, deeply unsettling. And this brings us to the heart of the scandal. The idea of a foreign woman, let alone a hetera, having such sway over Athens' most powerful leader was too much for many citizens to handle. Critics accused Aspasia of everything from undermining traditional values to outright treason. One particularly salacious claim was that she had encouraged Pericles to go to war with Samos, her birthplace, to settle a local dispute in her favor. While there's no concrete evidence to support this accusation, it's a testament to how deeply her critics resented her influence. The playwrights of the time, never once to miss an opportunity for satire, had a field day with Aspasia and Pericles. Comic poets lampooned the couples in their plays, portraying Aspasia as a manipulative schemer and Pericles as a lovesick fool. One poet, Hermippus, even went so far as to accuse Aspasia of corrupting Athenian women and promoting immorality, a charge that led to her being put on trial. Pericles, ever the loyal partner, defended her passionately, reportedly shedding tears in her defense. She was ultimately acquitted, but the trial only fueled the public's fascination with and outrage over their relationship. It's worth noting that much of what we know about Aspasia comes from sources that were either biased against her or eager to sensationalize her story. She was a woman who dared to defy the norms of her time, and as such, she became a convenient scapegoat for anything and everything people disliked about Pericles' leadership. In many ways, the scandal surrounding Aspasia says more about Athenian society than it does about her. For all the controversy, it's undeniable that Aspasia played a significant role in Pericles' life and, by extension, in Athenian history. Her salon was said to have been a gathering place for some of the greatest minds of the era, including Socrates. She was admired by some as a muse and an intellectual equal, even as others vilified her. And while she never held formal power, her influence on Pericles and her presence in the public consciousness make her a fascinating figure in her own right. The affair of Aspasia and Pericles is a reminder that personal relationships can have profound political implications, especially when they challenge societal norms. It's also a testament to the enduring power of gossip because, let's face it, people love a scandal, whether it's ancient Athens or today. But perhaps most importantly, it's a story about the complexities of human relationships and the courage it takes to defy convention. So thank you for joining me once again today on Outside View Scandals. And if you enjoyed this little dive into the lives of Aspasia and Pericles, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below this video. This is Outside View Scandals, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we uncover another fascinating chapter in the history of intrigue and controversy. And the next video is right here in the end screen.